A very good evening and thank you so much for joining me on Uctv. My name is Nora Sende to bring you the bulletin on this Monday, the 6th of May, 2024. Retinopathy or prematurity is an eye disease that can happen in babies who are born prematurely or who weigh less than 3 pounds at birth. Now, Zambia Hospital has organized a laser treatment for preterm infants with rope in collaboration with Stop Infant Blindness Africa. We take a look at what this treatment really is. Retinopathy of prematurity, also known as ROP, is an eye disease that can happen in babies who are premature or who weigh less than 3 pounds at birth. ROP happens when abnormal blood vessels grow in the retina, the light-sensitive layer of tissue in the back of the eye. Some babies with ROP have mild cases and get better without treatment. But some babies need treatment to protect their vision and prevent blindness. These abnormal blood vessels can grow in the wrong direction. Dr. Nachibuka Victoria explains more about the condition.
We have introduced a new treatment called laser treatment for preterm babies that have retinopathy of prematurity. Retinopathy of prematurity is one of the complications among the preterm babies. When the babies are exposed to a lot of oxygen, they have abnormal growth of vessels within their eyes, and these finally they get retina detachment, and this can lead to blindness.
Normally, the blood vessels of the retina start to develop in the 4th month of pregnancy and finish developing around the due date or the 9th month of pregnancy. If a baby had ROP that cause damage, you may later notice that their eyes wander, shake, or make other unusual movements. Their eyes do not follow objects, and their pupil look white. Dr. Nachibuka Victoria says it can be prevented through the regulation of oxygen.
Number 1 is to regulate the use of oxygen, and then number 2, it's basically to screen babies early to see those that have abnormal growth within the retina, within the eye. And if we identify any baby that has abnormal vessels, we usually give them a drug called Avastin, which reduces the growth of the abnormal vessels. However, sometimes even when we give the drug, the injection, the Avastin, some of the vessels reoccur or they continue growing, and this eventually can lead to retinal detachment and finally blindness in the baby.
Laser treatment is used to treat new blood vessels at the back of the eye in the advanced stages. This is done because the new blood vessels tend to be very weak and often cause bleeding into the eye.
This week, again, we are going to work with some of the world experts, retinal specialists, and we shall be administering laser treatment to our babies that have retinopathy of prematurity. So we therefore encourage the public or any mother or any father that has a baby who has been screened and they have severe stages of retinopathy of prematurity, you've received the Avastin, and the baby still has abnormal vessels, they can come in. They're offering the treatment for free for this week from the 7th of May to the 11th of May.
Nora Osende for Uctv News. Now, from the 6th to the 10th of this very month, Uganda will commemorate the Air Quality Week. Speaking at the launch of the Air Quality Awareness Week, the Executive Director, Nema Babirenga Akankwasa, noted that the air pollution around Kampala has been increasing from an annual average of 39.5 micrograms per cubic meter in 2019 to 41 micrograms per cubic meter in 2024.
Uganda will commemorate the Air Quality Week under the theme, Knowing Your Air, to protect human health and the environment. The purpose of the Air Quality Awareness Week is to raise public awareness about the importance of air quality to human health and the environment, and what we can do to continuously improve air quality around us for our own health and the health of the environment. Air pollution, including fine particulate matter and ozone as their precursors, is the leading environment risk to human health with 99% of people worldwide exposed to air pollution levels that exceed WHO safe standards. 99% of the people in the world are exposed to unsafe air. That's very, very important statistic. According to Human Health Organization data, air pollution is associated with 6.7 million deaths, most especially premature death. 6.7 million people are lost every year to poor air quality or to air pollution for that matter. That's not a very good statistic. We must stop this hemorrhage in terms of losing our people globally. 6.7 million people is a lot of death to keep quiet about. It's clear that air quality related death is unrivaled by any other known cause of death in every single year at global scale. Yet the attention and investment in air pollution control remains minimal. We've not invested much in controlling air pollution. Let me bring the picture home. In Uganda, compromised air quality increases disease burden, with close to 31,000 people dying from air pollution-related diseases annually, especially in urban areas. Studies on sources of pollution conducted in Kampala reveal that transport is the leading cause of air pollution. Transport is the leading cause of air pollution, followed by biomass burning, and then followed by industrial emissions and dust released from unpaved roads. Transport is number one, followed by burning of biomass. Burning of biomass, we mean cooking using firewood, but also open burning of waste. You've seen people burning waste in their compounds. That's not allowed by law, but is also very, very dangerous for the health of those burning the waste and the health of those inhaling the fumes.
I think it's been mentioned some time ago that the environment can do without us, while we cannot do away with the environment. I think Kenya is experiencing the effects of neglecting the environment, allowing it to be degraded, wetlands to be encroached on, channelways or stormwater drains to be narrowed and encroached on by developers. Now the theme for this Air Quality Week for us from KCC is I Pledge. This is a shared responsibility. Government alone cannot cure this problem. The way we behave has a big impact on the outcomes of the air quality situation in Kampala. This year's Air Quality Awareness Week commemoration is premised on everyone, every institution pledging to do something to reverse the worsening trend of air quality in Kampala.
Now, as traders set to meet President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni tomorrow at the Colorado grounds to discuss the issues affecting them, the National Empowerment Dialogue (NED) party has appealed to President Museveni to deeply analyze their issues and come up with lasting solutions to enable them carry out their business smoothly.
We all, as Ugandans, want to build our nation. We love our country. We want to support our locals. But there are issues that we should pay attention to if we are to develop our country in terms of trade. One, some of the reasons raised by the traders was that of the foreign the issue of the foreign investors especially, who come here, actually they guise us as investors. They are the people in the factories. At the same time, you find them in the distribution chains, in the wholesale, retail, and vending these things on streets. Yet, we consider them investors. So now, that there was a big contention on that matter. And we propose this should stop. But it should not just be rhetoric, or it shouldn't be rhetorically handled. We should come up with a law that is going to deter these people from involving in these chains at the different levels. We should craft a law that is going to bar the so-called foreign investors from participating in the distribution chains. So, our traders, while meeting the president, you have to emphasize that let that not be just discussed about. Let us propose and we come up with a law that will safeguard our local traders from that influence. 2, if we are to promote our local traders and the trading in our local products, we need to reduce on the number of taxes. We have so many types of taxes. Actually, when it comes to percentage, they make around 83%. Because now we have the import duty, which is 35%. You have the income tax, 30%. You have VAT, 18%. You have withholding tax, 6%. Environment tax, fines, licenses. You look at the water bills. Each unit is expensive. When it comes to electricity, each unit is expensive. Now, by the end of the day, we find the cost of production going too high for a common person to afford buying those products. That we should have a few categories or number of taxes. Let us have them few. And let us not charge highly to enable these traders do their business well. Because of the number of taxes, so many people have been pushed out of business, thus creating unemployment. Yet as a country, we are grappling with the problem of unemployment. So, let us have many people getting involved in business, getting employed, and because the taxes are fair a bit, we can have a large number of people, large number of taxpayers. Because apparently, we only have 20% who can afford paying taxes. But those who pay tax effectively are only 5%. Meaning a total 80% do not pay direct taxes. Another issue that also is in line, that we are urging our traders to debate about with the president, is the high rental charges. And these are as a result of two basic issues, taxes. One, the rental tax and the property tax. URA charges 12% rental tax. Then the local government, that is KCCA, they also charge 12% property tax. Now, when you complain about the rental charges, the owners of these buildings will also tell you, we pay a lot of taxes to the government. Now, we have two types of taxes, rental tax and the property tax, collected by different agents, but all the monies are taken in that consolidated fund. Why can't we see how to consolidate that into one? And you have something that is fairer. But on top of that, you find high bills of power, water, garbage, etc. So, can we see how such charges can reduce, such that these traders can also pay fairer rental charges?
And tonight, we explore the critical role of parental involvement in child development as we spotlight Acheng Brenda, a 32-year-old single mother of 3 from Namongo. Here is an inspiring story of strength and determination in the face of adversity. Acheng Brenda, a 32-year-old single mother of 3 in Namongo, has shouldered the responsibility of raising her children alone since 2006 when their father left abruptly. To make ends meet, Acheng started a modest chapati business which serves as her main source of income. Despite the financial challenges she faces with major earnings, Acheng remains resilient and dedicated, balancing the demands of her business with the needs of her children.
When it comes to the work we do, at times you get little salary, which cannot cater for the kids' school fees, cannot cater for the rents, cannot cater for the feeding. As you know, we should be having like 3 meals in a day, but here comes a case that you only have to have like maybe 1 meal or 2 meals a day, which is not good towards the kids.
Besides the financial hurdles she goes through as a sole breadwinner, the absence of the father of her children has been tough on their upbringing, especially to the boys.
Secondly, with the boys, it's very hard when you raise them when you're a single mom. It reaches an age that they are very stubborn, that you cannot handle them personally. It needs at least if the dad is there, can be able to control them. But with the mom alone, you cannot manage them. They end up in bad groups, they end up moving everywhere. And whenever you ask them, they will become annoyed with you. They can even disappear from home just because of just a mere questioning.
Brenda believes that things would have been different if the father was involved in their lives.
If the dad is around, they will be having some little fear. And they know that if dad is here, we cannot go here, we cannot move late. They have to be home on time. Those are the challenges we face, and moreover in this ghetto area. So you get them most of the time getting problems with the police, with the environment, not because they are bad people, but just the environment forces them to.
Despite the hardships she endures, she also serves as their counselor and guide, aiming to steer them in the right path despite the challenges they face.
It's just a matter of putting them down and advising them all the time. You keep talking to them, though you know boys are always very stubborn, but you keep telling them the challenges, and when they land into problems, then they will realize that what mom has been telling us is true, and then it will force them to slow down.
Emmanuel Nsubuga, a professional counselor at Nsambia Hospital, emphasizes the critical role of parental involvement in the child's development. He highlights some of the academic struggles and emotional hurdles that these children face.
If a child lacks a proper father figure, in most cases, you find that he's having academic challenges in class. The concentration, the participation, and the way they tend to respond towards the academic life of it. So that would be one. The behavior challenge. Children are supposed to have a way of relating with their friends. But you'll find that if I really lack somebody to guide me, who is the father, I will be aggressive. I'll have behaviors like addictions that will tend to disrupt the other children that I'm studying with. You also have challenges to do with the difficulty in forming healthy relationships. I'm always aggressive, I'm always abusive. My language towards my fellow children, my teachers, it becomes an obstacle for my growth.
Emmanuel advocates seeking professional counseling and fostering engagement in co-curricular activities for healthier lifestyle and emotional support.
You'll find that some of the key areas that we usually look at in terms of providing remedy to such challenges would be seeking professional counseling. Seeking professional counseling will look at very many areas. For example, the church authorities. You find our teachers you find we usually have peer educators within society. Through seeking such counseling avenues, you'll be able to discover yourself and you'll be helped. Then number 2, sharing the challenges that you're going through with the teachers at school. We have found very many children in school when actually their performance is highly hindered by the absence of a father.
Nora Osende for UCTV News. It's now time for Today in History. And thank you so much for watching UCTV News. Let's take a quick break. When we return, it's the Rome Reports.
UCTV, good news for all.
Catch incredible stories of resilience and success.
You can manage dirty money
with a topping of inspiration.
Get interested in people, not interested in yourself.
Inspire, achieve, repeat.
You are watching UCTV, good news for all. For this and more, tune in to Kasese Get Radio 100.5 in Western Region, located at the hill of the Diocese of Kasese. KGR brings you all Catholic programs and an advertising platform in all our radio shows like Good Morning Renzori, Chama Toboka, Ukute, the business show, Propeller, the Request show and sports, Evaluation, Bahinga Bakuluka, Late Night Show, and many others. Our other services include Isuzu Tipa, a no car, public address system, live band, Omokekera, an audio recording studio, and outside live broadcast. For more information, call 0773 597 166 or visit our website www.kasesegatradio.com. Kasese Radio, Omusondoria, the voice of truth.
The National Population and Housing Census 2024 is here. Uganda is to conduct the Census 2024 this May to update our population status that will support government to plan for every citizen. The numeration team is in the field to respond to all the necessary interests by you and me as they register all of us. Note that the census night is 9th May 2024. Let us all be part of this exercise by working with the numerators, provide correct data and information. This exercise is to assist the government in planning government resources properly, provide efficient service delivery, and the formulation of national policies. The numeration will start on the 10th to 19th, 2024, and the counting will be done at our homes or places of residence. The Census 2024, it matters to be counted. This message is brought to you by Dr. Chris Mukiza, the Executive Director, Uganda Bureau of Statistics, and the Government of Uganda.
UCTV, good news for all.
And in our Uganda Matters Futures today, we bring to you the story of St. Javira Mayanja Musoke.
Saint Javira Mayanja Musoke. Javira Musoke was a Muganda from the Mamba clan. He was a page under the command of Charles Luanga. His main job was a messenger. He was very quick, accurate, trustworthy, and hated backbiting. Javira is nickname, which means the place where he comes from, is feared. This is referred to his place of origin, Seguku, along Kampala-Entebbe Road. His father, Semalago, was a guardian of the important shrine and famous priest to god Mayanja, a special leopard. He also gave this name Mayanja to his beloved son, Javira, whom he was planning to take over the office in future. He had learnt a lot of tactics concerning witchcraft. But when Musoke was taken to the palace to serve as a page, Charles Lwanga miraculously converted him to Catholicism, to a point of abandoning all his witchcraft charms and burning them up. His parents heard of it and ordered him not to do so, to choose between abandoning his ancestors' religion and throwing him out of the clan. He chose the latter, never turning back. Thus Javira was totally thrown out of his clan. He was happy to suffer for Christ. But one day, when he was splitting firewood with Mukasa Chiriwawanvu, who was extraordinarily tall, the boy wanted to enjoy the fun by calling him Magulu Mpali, long-legged. Chiriwawanvu was so annoyed that beat Musoke up, whom in turn accused him to the king. The king imprisoned Mukasa at Bumbale prison as a punishment. When the Christian persecution broke out, on their way to Namugongo, Javira and Chiriwawanvu forgave each other and encouraged each other to die for Christ. Javira was burnt to death at Namugongo Thursday noon, 3rd of June 1886, at the age of 17. Javira is the patron of traffic, communications, and those troubled by witchcrafts.
And that's all we had for you this evening. Thank you so much for staying with us on Uctv News. I am Nora Osende. Do have yourself a great evening and a good night.